What's going on? How you doing?
What's going on? It's Super Bowl weekend.
Super Bowl weekend.
Woo-hoo.
Tomorrow's the big day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about today.
No. Today is the NBA trade deadline.
That took place on Thursday.
On Thursday, ended at 3 p.m.
Uh-huh.
So this is my recap.
Okay.
It was a very busy trade deadline.
I heard.
There are about 20 trades.
Mm.
That's a lot of trades for a deadline.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of action, a lot of activity, a lot of picks moving around, players moving around, a lot of action. I'm not going to go into all of those trades, but I'm going to go into ones that stood out to me.
Okay, let's hear it.
First, I got to get into my New York Knicks, of course.
Oh, of course.
That's going to be the first one I talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks made one trade with the Portland Trail Blazers. Knicks picked up guard/forward Josh Hart, which I'm very happy about. Portland gets forward Cam Reddish, guard Ryan Arcidiacono, and also guard Svi Mihalik. They also get a 2023 lottery protected first round pick. My observations this trade is New York won this trade. Mm-hmm. Reason being, Josh Hart is a very good player. Mm-hmm. He was a starter for Portland. He's a very, very good rebounder. He's 6'5". He's probably the best rebounder in the NBA, 6'5" or less.
Okay.
Very good rebounder, averages about 8 rebounds a game. He also is a very good defender. He's a very good defender. He can score the ball. And he contributes to winning. He's a tough-nosed guy. He's also ex-teammate to Jalen Brunson at Villanova. Jalen Brunson's our star point guard. Mm-hmm. They played together at Villanova. When Jalen Brunson found out that Josh Hart would be coming to the Knicks, he was very excited. Very excited.
So we should see some chemistry.
So there should be great chemistry between those two guys. They had great chemistry at Villanova. Mm-hmm. They won a championship together there.
Nice.
So I think this is going to contribute to the Knicks winning more games.
Very good.
Whether he starts or comes off the bench, I think he'll probably start. But I think it helps the Knicks because Cam Reddish did not play. He was not in the rotation. He seems to have fallen out of favor with Coach Tom Thibodeau, so he wasn't playing. And also Ryan Arcidiacono and Svi Mihalik, they also do not play. They're pretty much end of the bench guys. So the only thing the Knicks really lose in this trade is a first-round pick that's actually lottery protected. So it's really not, it's a good pick, but it's not a great pick.
Okay.
So you get Josh Hart, who's probably going to contribute to the Knicks actually making the playoffs. So it makes the Knicks better. So in my mind, the Knicks won this trade.
Nice.
So I look forward to Josh Hart getting on the court very soon. Next, the biggest trade of the trade deadline is between the Phoenix Suns and the Brooklyn Nets. The Phoenix Suns get their star in Kevin Durant, not Garnett. Garnett's been out of the league for quite a while.
Wrong Kevin there.
Wrong Kevin. But the Phoenix Suns, they get Kevin Durant.
Uh-huh.
I did not see that coming.
No.
They also get forward TJ Warren. Brooklyn Nets get forward Mikal Bridges. They also get forward Cameron Johnson, and they got forward Jay Crowder, along with 4 first-round picks and a 2028 pick swap. Sounds like a lot, but Phoenix got a star. They got a star. I generally say the team that wins the trade generally is the team that gets the best player. Mm-hmm. Kevin Durant is the best player out of all those players.
Okay.
But they gave up a lot to get him. Mm-hmm. They did give up a lot to get him. My thing with this, if the Suns don't win the championship in the next year or two, I would actually say that this trade is a failure. Because Chris Paul is aging. He's 37. He doesn't have that much time to probably be in the league. You know, at 37 years old, his game has been declining. Kevin Durant is about 34 years old. You know, he's getting older. And Devin Booker, he's pretty much in the prime of his career. They have to win now because they gave up a lot. Mikal Bridges is a very good player who's going to Brooklyn. He's a very good player, very good defender. He can score. He's very durable. I don't think he's ever missed a game in the NBA since he's been in the NBA,
Wow.
which says a lot. Kevin Durant's had his injury history. Chris Paul's had some injury history. T.J. Warren, who's going to Phoenix Suns, had a lot of injury history. If they can get the T.J. Warren, who used to play for Indiana, they can get that T.J. Warren, this would be a very good trade for Phoenix. But he hasn't been that guy in quite a while. So we'll see how T.J. Warren actually plays for Phoenix and if he can stay on the court and be healthy. But yeah, this is Phoenix Suns team that really pushed all their chips to the middle of the table, and they're trying to win now.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Let's see what happens.
They're definitely one of the favorites in the West right now. But Brooklyn didn't do too bad in this trade, considering that they gave up their superstar player. Next trade. Next trade is a three-way trade between the Los Angeles Lakers, the Utah Jazz, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Los Angeles Lakers get guard D'Angelo Russell. They also get guard Malik Beasley. And they get forward Jared Vanderbilt. Minnesota gets guard Mike Conley. They also get guard Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And they get 3 second-round picks. Utah gets guard Russell Westbrook. They get forward Juan Toscano Anderson. They also get center Damian Jones. And they get a 2027 first-round pick. In my estimation, the Lakers won this trade. Reason being, I think D'Angelo Russell is a better shooter than Russell Westbrook. I'm not saying he's a better player, but he's a better shooter, and the Lakers need shooting.
Okay.
They need shooting around LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Malik Beasley's also a shooter, which is he's going to help the Lakers. He's a shooter as well. For Jared Vanderbilt, who I like a lot, he plays both ends of the court. He's young. He plays with a lot of hustle, and he's getting better as a player. I think he's actually going to be an asset. Gives them some size, and it gives them a hustle guy who plays on really plays on both ends of the court. So I like him. I think he's up and coming. Minnesota, on the other hand, they get an aging Mike Conley. He's been a pretty good guard in the NBA throughout his career, but he's getting older. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I don't think he's found his niche in the NBA quite yet. He's a good, talented player. He can shoot, but he hasn't found a permanent role in the NBA yet. So it'd be interesting to see how his career continues to move.
Okay.
But they get the 3 second-round picks. So that's probably part of the reason why they did the deal, maybe. With Utah, they get Russell Westbrook. It remains to be seen whether he stays there. They may buy him out. So Russell Westbrook may still be on the move. He may be, and he may end up with the Clippers. They're talking about the Clippers. He may end up with in Chicago. So it remains to be seen what happens with Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
But in my estimation, the Lakers had a very good trade deadline, and they won this trade as far as I see it.
Nice.
Moving on. Denver Nuggets made a trade with the Lakers. Denver Nuggets get center Thomas Bryant, and the Los Angeles Lakers get guard Devon Reed, and they also get 3 second-round picks. In my estimation, the Denver Nuggets won this trade by a landslide. Nikola Jokic plays a lot of minutes for Denver, and they don't really have a backup center per se until now. They have Thomas Bryant now, who's been a very good center for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's having a very good year for them. I'm actually surprised that the Lakers let him go. But it ends up being the Denver Nuggets' reward because now they have a viable backup for Nikola Jokic so that when he goes off, when he goes to sit on the bench, they got a center that can step right in and be very productive. So it gives them size and it gives them relief for Nikola Jokic when he goes to the bench. So good for Nikola Jokic, good for the Denver Nuggets, and good for Thomas Bryant because he'll still play. He'll still play, and he'll probably be the best backup center in the NBA at this point, being that he's backing up Jokic. Like Thomas Bryant as a backup center is a very good backup center. He's good enough to start, but as a backup center, that's just a bonus for the Nuggets, who are actually the best team in the West right now. So that solidifies their center lineup.
Okay, good for them.
Next, there's a 4-team trade
Oh my.
between the Golden State Warriors, the Detroit Pistons, the Atlanta Hawks, and the Portland Trailblazers. Atlanta gets forward Sadiq Bey, who I like a lot from Detroit. Very good forward, plays both ends of the court, can shoot. That's a good pickup. Detroit gets center James Wiseman from the Warriors, who's been injured in early part of his career. He's a very young center. A lot of talent, but somewhat unproven. So Detroit's taking a chance on James Wiseman. Don't really understand that move for Detroit because they already have a lot of centers. But interesting move by them. Portland gets forward Kevin Knox and 5 future second-round picks. They get Kevin Knox from the Detroit Pistons. Golden State, they get Gary Payton II and 2 future second-round picks. Now, the problem with this trade is it may not go through. Gary Payton failed his physical. Apparently, he has had a core muscle injury, abdominal injury that Portland knew about. Failed to tell the Golden State Warriors about this injury. The Warriors have the option to rescind this whole trade, or they can go through with the trade and have their medical staff rehab Gary Payton. It's going to be very awkward if this trade is rescinded and all of these guys have to go back to their respective teams. You know that the teams that you go back, the team that you go back to wanted to trade you.
Right.
And you might have to go back and be in that locker room, and be around those guys, be around management and all that.
Awkward.
Very awkward. Very awkward. No one wins this trade. You don't win. In a situation like this, you don't win, unless you wanted to be on the team that traded you. But again, even if you wanted to be there, it's kind of hard when you know that the team didn't want you. Or the team, at the very least, they were willing to move you.
Right.
That's very awkward. So stay tuned for that. I don't know what's going to happen with that trade, whether it's going through or not. There's supposed to be a decision made today on it, but as of an hour ago, there was no movement. So we don't know what the Warriors are going to do. But that trade may go through or it may not.
Wow. It's a lot of people
It's
affected.
a lot of people affected. A lot of people affected. A lot of egos affected. It's going to be interesting. But that's all I have for now.
Okay, well, we'll stay tuned. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this.
We'll do. Keep you guys informed.
All right, and enjoy the game tomorrow.
Enjoy the game tomorrow.
All right, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.